Skinny Hardaway Southern T back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, I greatly appreciate you sliding through. If this your first time, do your boy a solid. Don't make it your last time. Hit that subscription button as well. We talk this good MMA, boxing, sports, parlays, predictions every single day, not just today. Today, we here with a UFC 319 EP. We got full card predictions. We got Duplexi taking on Shamayv, and what I think is going to be a great fight. I think this card is pretty good, especially in comparisons to the last two, at least on paper, right? The last two cards on paper wasn't really great. I think the cards actually turned out to be a little better than they looked on paper. I think this one is going to be, much of the same. It's going to turn out a little better than it looks on paper. Some sneaky good matchups in here. I'm excited to break down. We go keep the main thing. So we go start this thing out right with the main event, and we go get right into Duplexi versus Shamayv. Now I'm gonna try my best to keep this as simple as I can, right? As simple as predicting a fight could be, where you got people throwing hands and feet, right? My belief is if Shamayv has trouble taking Duplexi down, let's say that he can't take him down at all, or he can take him down, but he can't keep him down, right? Then I think Shamayv probably loses this fight. I'm not really sold on Shamayv being the 5-round fighter. If this was a 3-round fight, I would pick Shamayv easily, right? Because I could see him winning 2 rounds, and if he gasses a little bit, working his way through that 3rd round. But when it's 5 rounds, right, it's a different fight. We know that Duplexi is conditioned for 5 rounds. Shamayv is the kind of person that doesn't necessarily even need 5 rounds to put you out. All the time, he doesn't even need a round to put you out. Do I think he stops Duplexi in the 1st round? I don't know. You know what I mean? That's why we're here predicting, this fight. If Shamayv is forced to strike with Duplexi, then I do think Duplexis win. Shamayv has been out the ring for some time. I'm sure his striking is improved, but no matter how much he has improved at striking, his main thing is the ground game, and that's what Shamayv wants to do. It's not a secret. I know it, you know it, everybody knows it, right? Can you stop him from doing it? If Duplexi, I have seen him be, taken down. He actually got taken down by the style bender, right? So I am taking Shamayv in this fight. I don't think it's going to be easy for him if he's able to ground Duplexi. I don't see Duplexi being able to, continuously get up from a Shamayv takedown. So even if gets tired, I think once he lands his takedown, whatever round it may be, it's going to stick, right? Because it's I got Shamayv to win this fight. Something in me doesn't feel like this fight goes the distance, right? 5 rounds with these two guys. I find that, kind of surprising. So I am going to take Shamayv. I think the best bet is to take Shamayv on the money line. If you want something a little safer, maybe take this fight to start the 2nd or the 3rd round. But I do got Shamayv. I think he wins it with his ground game over Duplexi. All right, in the next fight, we got Murphy versus Pico. This is one of those fights that I was when I mentioned earlier that, it's a couple fights on here that I'm excited to see. This is one of them. The main event is one. The co-main event is one. Murphy versus Pico. I've been saying for a minute Pico is probably going to end up in the UFC. It's crazy that his very first fight in the UFC is Murphy. Even more crazy that Murphy is the underdog, in this fight. When I first saw this fight drop, I just knew that Murphy, would be the favorite, being that he's undefeated. But I get it. I get that Pico has the boxing background. He has the wrestling background, right? But Murphy being the UFC veteran in this, I just knew he would be the favorite. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like Pico's best bet in this is to wrestle, and I'm not even really sold on that being his best bet. You know what I mean? Murphy can wrestle as well. I think LaRon Murphy is the better striker. I think LaRon Murphy is the more powerful athlete. He may be the stronger athlete. Most definitely is the more powerful, more dangerous striker. I'm going to go with LaRon Murphy in this, and we get LaRon Murphy at underdog money. So we got LaRon Murphy, underdog pick, LaRon Murphy for the win. You could take him straight up on the money line. On this, I probably will stay away from, whether it goes the distance or not. I think we get a good price with LaRon Murphy as the dog pick. So we got LaRon Murphy for the win. All right, this is another fight that I like, but I realized that I can't take 2.5 minutes on every fight, right? So I'm going to kind of speed these up, right? We got Jeff Neal versus Carlos Paredes, however you want to say it, right? I think the best bet in this fight would be this fight not to go the distance. Both of these guys are strikers. They want to strike. I really wouldn't edge anybody in the ground game because neither of these guys really go out there and they don't try to grapple. They really don't grapple too often. Carlos Paredes has submissions in his bag. Jeff Neal does have wrestling ability, but neither of them really go out there looking for it. So I think these two guys go strike. Most definitely think it's not going the distance. I'm leaning Carlos Paredes, right? Do want to see Jeff Neal is a wild card, right? Because he got that one-shot KO power. Paredes got one-shot KO power. It's going to be interesting. But I got Paredes for the win. Low card. All right, next fight, we got Jared Cannonier versus MVP. Actually, man, this card is fucking loaded when I'm just thinking about it because every fight I done broke down to y'all, the moment I started breaking it down, I'm realizing who the hell fighting. This 4 straight bangers so far. But anyway, my bad, I'm getting off subject. We got Jared Cannonier versus MVP. In this fight, I think we kind of got a thunder and lightning thing going right. MVP is going to be lightning. Jared Cannonier is going to be thunder. If Jared Cannonier can close the distance, get in on MVP, hit him with some of those big bombs, or possibly, break out his wrestling because, MVP isn't the strongest wrestler, then Jared Cannonier has a chance to win. If MVP has his way right, he's going to be fighting from the outside, mid-range, throwing his T-kick, throwing his leg kick, throwing his jabs. Keeping this distance, right? The prettier this fight is, it's the advantage MVP. The more rough and gritty this fight is, I think it's going to be Jared Cannonier. I don't like betting against Jared Cannonier. I've won money with Jared Cannonier. I've lost money with Jared Cannonier, right? But Jared Cannonier is pretty consistent, right? If you bet on Jared Cannonier, you've probably done pretty well. I'm going to take MVP in this fight. I think MVP will be able to keep this fight on the outside, mid-range, keep it striking distance. I think he's has a speed advantage over Jared Cannonier, and I think it's going to show. MVP for the win, medium confidence because I don't like betting against Jared Cannonier. All right, next fight, we got Elliot versus Asak. In this fight, I'm going to go with Asak. Asak didn't look great in his last fight versus Pantoja, but it's Pantoja. Classic striker versus grappler. I think Asak will be able to stop the takedowns of Elliot, and he'll be able to get his punches off. He probably finishes Elliot, right? I do rate Tim Elliott pretty high, though, but I would believe that Asak is a level above Tim Elliott. We're about to find out. If Asak loses this fight, then all the steam and juice that he had is gone. Asak for the win. Medium to all right, short, sweet, straight to the point. I'm a fan of Bobby King Green. We got another striker versus wrestler matchup. King Green being the striker, Fier being the wrestler. I want to tell you that, King Green is going to come out here and shock the world. King Green does win when you least expect him to, right? But I am going to pick Fier in this. I think his wrestling pace, he's going to be able to wrestle Bobby King Green. Possible submission, right? But Fier for the win. I just played, on the money line. Low confidence. Fier for the win. I wrestle Bobby King Green. All right, again, we got another striker versus grappler matchup. We got Gerald Mearshot versus Michael Ojek. It's like the UFC said, let's just take the people with the longest names. Let's put them together. Let's let them fight. Mearshot versus Ojek. Now I'm kidding, but let's get to it. If there was ever a fight, Gerald Mearshot can't win the fight unless he can get it to the ground and submit you. If there was ever a fight that if he got to the ground, he can submit a guy, it would be Michael Ojek. But also, with that being said, Michael Ojek should most definitely piece Gerald Mearshot up on the feet. So if the fight stays standing, Ojek wins. If it goes to the ground, Ojek is most definitely getting submitted. I would probably say take this fight not to go the distance. If I had to pick a winner, probably dog or pass, Jared missed shot for the submission, right? Low confidence, but don't take it. Take the fight not to go the distance. But the pick is Jared missed shot. Maybe a underdog play, right? A value play. But, yeah, missed shot, low confidence. Right, we got another striker versus grappler, right? Although sometimes Lupe Gonice thinks that she's a striker, right? She's really a grappler, right? She actually gets in the most trouble when she wants to strike. If she decides to strike, when she wants to strike, right? If she decides to strike with Jessica Andrade, she's going to lose, probably get knocked out. Lupe Gonice should win this fight. I think she's, the better all-around MMA fighter. But, sometimes Lupe just wants to stand and bang. She stand and bang, she loses this fight. Lupe for the win. Low confidence. Low confidence. Don't bet this fight. We got another striker versus grappler match. We got Hooper versus Hernandez. I think this is going to be a close fight. Either guy that wins this fight is going to be a close fight either way. I'm going to go with the grappling submission game of Chase Hooper over the striking of Hernandez. I think Chase Hooper is going to strike just enough to get in, range to clinch, get this thing, to the mat. Hernandez, while he does have the striking advantage, he has a severe disadvantage in, the clinch wrestling in a wrestling game. Chase Hooper is growing into his body. He's filled out pretty nice. He's going to be a lot bigger than Hernandez. So I think it's going to work advantage Chase Hooper. I got Chase Hooper for the win. Medium confidence. Like I said earlier, it's going to be a close fight either way, no matter who wins this. Chase Hooper for the win. All right, next fight we got Barbosa versus Close. I'm going to take Barbosa in this fight, low confidence pick. I think Barbosa is the more well-rounded MMA fighter. Close, likes to get on the ground. He does have knockout power. Doesn't do well at putting it together, right? I think Barbosa puts it all together a little better. Got Barbosa for the win. Medium to low confidence. Low confidence. All right, last but not least on this card, we got Bettor versus Rizzboy. I want to go with Rizzboy in this fight. This could be, a value play, a dog pick. Rizzboy is a dog. He's at plus 140 right now. I think that's way too good to pass up, on the natural 185er. Want to have a reach advantage battle. Can strike. Bettor has a ground game as well. Rizzboy has a ground game and he can strike as well. Bettor he does good when, he could kind of, bully guys. He likes to put that pressure on you. Don't think he's going to be able to bully Rizzboy. Rizzboy may actually shoot for takedowns himself, right? So I think Rizzboy at plus 140 will have to be the pick here, right? Going to be a dog play. I am going to bet this. Don't like betting against Brown Bettor. Never have before, right? Be my first time, but got Rizzboy for the win. I think he's the naturally bigger 185er, and I think he's well-rounded enough to be able to get this decision win over Brian Bettor. So I got Rizzboy, more than likely decision win over Brian Bettor. All right, to give you a recap of all my fight picks, we got Rizzboy, Barbosa, Hooper, Gutierrez, Mirshot, Fier, Asak, MVP, Plessis, Murphy, and Khamzat. Those are my fight winners. Next section, I'm going to give you my most confident picks. All right, my fight picks are Khamzat, Hooper, MVP, and Plessis. I didn't put those together because they was easy. I put those together because they're too big to take by themselves. All those fighters should win, but they're all going to have tough fights. My dog picks are Murphy and Rizzboy at plus 140. They both are at right now. I think they both are pretty good dogs, Murphy and Rizzboy. Don't go anywhere just yet. I'm about to give y'all my Dana White Contender Series picks in this next slot, and then we go get up out of here. All right, in my Dana White Contender Series fight winners are Europe, Mangos, Sasarakev, Miller, and Fier. Sasarakev is my most confident pick, right? Most definitely go parlay him. I think Miller wins, and I think Fier wins. Miller is going to have a decent fight, right? If you don't want to take Miller, take the over in that Miller fight. I think that fight may end up going the distance. Most definitely think it makes it to the third round. And Fier fight, that fight isn't going the distance. Either Fier is going to stop Santana, or Santana is going to hit Boy-Fight with a wild shot right and stop him. I do think Boy-Fight wins, but he's going up against a guy who likes to throw bombs, right? Your fight is almost a 50-50 fight, right? Don't trust it enough to parlay it. And Mangos is fighting a guy who very well could, knock him out as well. You know what I mean? Pretty good fight there. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Got y'all my UFC picks, my Dana White Contender Series picks. Appreciate y'all folks sliding through. Skin Hardaway Southern T. This ain't the past, this ain't the future, but it's the present. That's how we rocking, and I'm out. Love.